Now, one of the best things about the Xiaomi 14 Ultra, and absolutely the #1 reason to buy one, is the fact that that camera tech is so hot it'll melt your face off. But to really get the most out of the camera experience here, you're going to want to spunk up a bit more cash for the Xiaomi 14 Ultra photography kit. Now this will set you back 179 British punds, and as the website points out, this does not include the actual Xiaomi 14 Ultra. It's certainly a highly optimistic or possibly insane individual who'd think he'd get a photography kit and also one of the best flagship smartphones of 2024 for under 200 £. But your brand new Xiaomi 14 Ultra will set you back 1,300 £, so that plus the kit is the best part of £1.5 grand. Now, I've already fully reviewed the camera tech here on the Xiaomi 14 Ultra in my in-depth review, but now let's check out the photography kit and see what it adds to the overall shooting experience. And for more on the latest and greatest tech, please do subscribe and ding that notifications bell. Cheers! So first up, what do you get inside of this mysterious black box? Well, you get all of this lovely shiny stuff. So first up, you've got yourself a black protective case. There's also a special camera grip with built-in battery. You've got yourself a decorative ring in this radioactive orange hue. And Xiaomi has also bundled an adapter ring so you can quickly and easily bung on a filter. And last up in this dinky wee box, you've got a wrist strap and a bunch of manuals. So the most interesting part of the photography kit is of course the case and the grip. So the case just slaps onto your Xiaomi 14 Ultra like so. It's a nice snug fit, holds firm. I've paid close attention to the wee details here so you can still see the Xiaomi branding through this wee peephole. Power and volume rocker of course still easily accessible. Crucially, that top speaker hasn't been blocked, and neither has that bottom speaker or the SIM tray, and you've still got fast easy access to that Type-C USB port. And you've still got a textured surface for a proper bit of grip, and apparently, according to Xiaomi's marketing blurb, that surface is highly resistant to bacteria and dirt. Great news if you fancy giving it a lick. Tastes like grandma. So to be fair, this would work pretty well just as a regular Xiaomi 14 Ultra cover. But then you've also got the grip, which just slides on like so. And as you can see, I've already attached the wrist strap to this bad boy. And it's the grip which essentially transforms your Xiaomi 14 Ultra into a makeshift compact camera. Or not that compact, because the Xiaomi 14 Ultra is bloody massive, obviously. And when you slide the grip on, you'll see it actually connects to the Xiaomi 14 Ultra via Type-C USB. This can then charge up your Xiaomi 14 Ultra using the grip's built-in secondary battery, and it also enables use of all the various buttons and switches. Now first up, if you press and hold in that shutter button, it will actually wake up your smartphone, and provided it recognizes your face, it can then launch directly into the camera app. Likewise, if the 14 Ultra is already awake, just long press that shutter button and again straight into that camera app. Now if you just gently press in that shutter button, just semi-push it in, then that will activate the focus. You can make sure your subject is nice and crispy and then fully push down to take a photo. If you dive on into the Xiaomi 14 Ultra's camera settings, you can actually tweak that shortcut button functionality, turn on the burst mode. So now when we push it in and hold it, we get a burst shot. Now surrounding the shutter button, you've also got yourself a zoom lever. Now this can be used to pull out to that ultra wide angle view, as well as push right in using the zoom lenses. And it's quite a smooth action, reasonably sensitive, but you get used to it pretty quick. I wouldn't say it makes zooming any easier than just using the on-screen dial shenanigans, but still great to have. Or alternatively, you can tweak the zoom lever so it just switches between the various focal lengths rather than this smooth transition up and down. Alongside the shutter button and zoom lever, you've also got a dedicated video record button. It doesn't matter what camera mode you're in, be it photo mode, portrait mode, whatever. When you tap that video record button, you immediately swap straight to video mode, and as you can see there, recording commences immediately. And you can then, of course, as before, zoom in and out using that zoom lever. However, tapping that video button outside of the camera app sadly does nothing. I was kind of hoping it would quickly load up the camera app and start recording. And lastly, on this grip, you've got yourself a custom dial, which by default tweaks the EV levels. But again, this can be customized if you dive into the Xiaomi 14 Ultra's camera settings, go to camera grip. So you can use it instead to adjust the aperture, because of course it's a variable aperture here on the Xiaomi 14 Ultra. You can change the shutter speed, ISO levels, a variety of things. And likewise, if you don't really shoot any home movies on the Xiaomi 14 Ultra, you can change up the functionality of that video button. Again, got quite a few options that you can bring up instead. Turning on pro features like focus peaking, you can switch up to high resolution 50 megapixel mode, etc. And the final little feature that's just worth a quick mention is the lock button here on the side of the grip, which can just keep it locked in place exactly as you'd expect, so you can't accidentally yank it off. And the good news is, because you've got that direct Type-C USB connection between the grip and the actual phone itself, there is zero latency for all of the buttons and the dials. It's an instant action, a definite improvement on any Bluetooth models you might have used. And stuffed inside of that camera grip, you've also got a separate secondary 1500 mAh capacity battery. And that is invaluable if you find yourself shooting a lot of photos, recording a lot of video on the Xiaomi 14 Ultra, because it does absolutely rinse the battery every time you play around with that camera. But with this extra battery, you really expand the life of the Xiaomi 14 Ultra, so you get about another hour or so of camera play out of this thing before it will need to recharge. And in further good news, you've actually got a Type-C USB port built into that grip, so you don't even need to whip it off in order to charge the phone back up again. And when you do bung a cable in, the Xiaomi 14 Ultra is the first thing to power back up to full, and then if you leave the cable in, then the secondary battery will also charge up. Of course, good luck charging the Xiaomi 14 Ultra wirelessly with all of this stuff crammed on there. And then yeah, as an extra bit of added flair, you can always change up the wee ring that's slapped on there. Bung on that orange one instead, looks very snazzy. And yeah, you can always slap on a filter using the filter ring as well, but the filters are sold separately if you've got any money left in the bank. And that right there, my lovelies, in a tasty wee nutshell, is the Xiaomi 14 Ultra photography kit. Can be yours for just shy of 200 quid, which might seem a bit excessive, but honestly, if you do use the Xiaomi 14 Ultra a lot for shooting lots of photos, recording lots of video, you've got that added level of comfort with the grip. I love the fact you've got the dedicated shutter button, the custom dial and everything as well, but it's the secondary battery that is the main selling point here. You don't want the Xiaomi 14 Ultra to be completely drained. So anyway, what do you guys reckon? Definitely let us know in the comments below. Please do check out my full in-depth review of the actual Xiaomi 14 Ultra smartphone. And please do poke subscribe, ding that notifications bell, all the usual YouTube guff, and have yourselves a bloody wonderful rest of the week. Cheers everyone. Love you.